know that 1 kilogram of body fat is typically made up of about 7 to 8,000 calories. And maybe that's something you can keep in mind next time when you see your weight fluctuate or maybe increase or decrease drastically over a 24-hour period, especially if you've maybe eaten something that you would classify as unhealthy or bad. So I think this is something so important to keep in mind when we're looking at our weight, especially if you are looking at your weight regularly on a scale, for example. And there might definitely be these fluctuations that may be causing some frustration or even some anxiety or just feelings of demotivation. So it's super important to keep that in mind. So this is basically what I want to talk about today in this video, is just a few things to keep in mind when it comes to weight fluctuations. So before we start, I just want to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Melissa Null. I'm a registered dietitian and I'm part of the Body 20 Nutrition Doctor team. And welcome here. And I hope this video is informative. If you have any questions or anything else that bothers you, you're welcome to send us an email or WhatsApp. So let's jump right in. So like I've mentioned in the beginning of the video, 1 gram of body fat is typically made up of 7 to 8,000 calories. So let's say you went out last night and this morning you went and you got on the scale and you see, oh my goodness, I've gained a kilogram. I actually don't want you to be frightened by that or think, oh my goodness, that pizza or that burger or whatever you had the night before has led you to gain a kilogram of body fat. For you to have gained a kilogram of body fat overnight, you have had to eaten at least 7 to 8,000 calories on top of your maintenance calories. So in other words, your metabolism and your daily expenditure and all of that. So I mean, it could be around 10,000 calories or more. So just keep that in mind, that the chances of you gaining a kilogram of fat because you ate something unhealthy or bad last night the chances are very slim to none, really. And the weight fluctuations are mainly caused by a few factors in the foods. So typically, if we are having foods that are high in carbohydrates, we do see that there is a lot more or a bigger fluctuation in the weight. The reason for that is we see that when the body stores glucose as glycogen, we see that 1 gram of glycogen also then leads to a storage of about 3 grams of water. So you're going to see how this can actually have an effect on your weight because you are retaining water. If that food also is high in sodium or salt, which it would typically be if it is something that is a fast food item or a convenience food or a cheat meal or a bad meal, unhealthy, however you want to see it, it's typically higher in sodium, and sodium also leads to water retention. So that kilogram that you maybe have gained overnight most likely would be because of water. Could be a little bit of fat maybe that you've gained if you've been doing this for continuously over a week or so, but it is mainly water. And it's also the other side of the coin. If you've lost a kilogram overnight, I don't want you to get too excited because it also could be water weight that you've lost, and that can again lead to that fluctuations. So the main message that I want to bring to you today is that yes, it is important to monitor your weight, and especially your body composition is a lot better because then we can actually see what's happening inside of the body and not just, work with a number on the scale. But the big thing that I want to say is that we need to look at it in the bigger picture and over a longer period of time. And I know that's hard because I know especially this time of the year, most people kind of woke up with, oh my goodness, it's December, today actually, and I need to be going to the beach or whatever it might be, and you might feel like you want to lose that extra kilogram or so, and that's when you really start to zone in to the number on the scale, and then this might actually be causing you to become frustrated or to really be over restrictive or doing things that might not be helpful or healthy to your overall health, really. So I know it's a boring message at the end of the day, but time is important. We need that time. Unfortunately, I like to say to people that we didn't gain the fat overnight, so we're not going to lose it overnight. It's going to take some time, and it is that consistency that's going to make the difference at the end of the day. So these, little erratic spikes here and there is not the end of the world as long as you get back to, the plan of action, to your eating plan if you can. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it, brings a little bit of ease into your, your weight journey, that you don't feel too frustrated or too feel, anxious about the number on the scale. If it makes you feel better, maybe don't look at the number on the scale and rather work with how you feel, how your clothes sit, or work with a body composition scale. And maybe don't worry too much about looking at it every single day, because not just with food, there's not just food that causes fluctuations. It could be a lot of other things, like, for example, hormonal fluctuations and sleep and what exercise you did and so many other things. So there's so many things that can actually play a role. So I don't want you to get too worried about it and focused on that. Really just look at the bigger picture. So I hope this has been helpful. Let us know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one.